What's up, guys? We're on the road today, but enjoy this episode. We got a 22-year-old World Series champ in Evan Carter. Great convo. You guys enjoy. When you're on a team that has just got their hitting coach fired, as an offense, do you guys kind of look at each other and be like, that's on us, or is it just part of the gig, obviously? But I'd be curious to know the feeling of a team or a clubhouse when maybe a pitching staff, when a pitching coach gets fired, but an offensive coach, a hitting coach is an interesting one to me.
Yeah. I think a lot of the performance comes down at the end of the day to the players. When you get on the field, it's kind of on you to go out there and perform. And I think when they try and switch up, a hitting coach especially, it's just to get a different vibe, a different feel in the locker room. Obviously Booney played for a long time, great hitter, and he's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of in-game experience that he can come in and talk to us about. And it's just, it's just a different vibe. And obviously I hope Donnie Ecker finds success, and I'm sure he will with another team. And it's nothing against him or what he was about. I think sometimes that I guess front office just wants to see a little bit of change of scenery, I guess.
I think that to me is always a big kind of fan thing. Like somebody's got to be held accountable, and we need to let the fans know we know. Like when I see a coach get fired, you guys are the best players in the world.
Yeah.
You're literally the best players on planet Earth. There's not the manager firings are always interesting to me because I'm convinced, and you guys have one of the best of all time, that a manager's just like, for lack of a better word, and I hate to even say this because it makes what they do sound small, but they're just like the vibes guy. They're the culture of the team, which is a huge piece. But that to me as a manager is your job when you have the best players on the planet and the best coaches coaching those players. So you're like, let's create a culture that is going to get the best 25 players on the planet to win a World Series. And what do you see in a guy like Bochy that creates? What does he create?
I think that just the presence that he brings, I guess it's one of those things that it's like everybody knows that he's been around for so long and had so much success that you just kind of have this like unspoken, like he knows what needs to happen. Like, if we're not doing so hot, like, hey, he knows what it takes to get out of it. Like if he's not freaking out, it's like, all right, well, we don't need to freak out either, because he's been here and done that before. And so it's just one of those things like, yeah, he is, compared to me, he's way older than me, but at the end of the day, that's a valuable thing for experience and kind of like, all right, I just need to like kind of follow what he's feeling and the vibes that he's putting out. And when he starts getting antsy and freaking out, then I will too, I guess.
I imagine it doesn't happen often with him.
No.
Is his head as big as people say it is?
Oh, it's 8+. Yeah, 8+ on that. Yeah.
Was that one of those things like, and then you meet him, you're like, oh, wow, yeah, your head
Yeah,
is
I mean,
huge.
everybody says like, hey, he's a big dude, and then you get next to him, and it's like, oh my gosh, these guys big.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this. Speaking of coaches, you guys are rocking the I'm a G shirt the other day.
Yeah.
Which I like. I think anything like that's fun. You guys would wear, that was your coach, right? Is that your coach that made those?
Yep.
What's this? Is there a story behind that?
Tony Beasley, he's our outfield coach. He just calls us G's. He's like, I'll go out there and be a G, or y'all are a bunch of G's, or if we make a play, he's like, that's a G player. And it's like, I want to make y'all a shirt. And I'm like, okay, I'll wear it if you make a shirt. And now he's got us all G shirts that we've been wearing around lately. So things are going good. So we'll probably keep wearing them.
Yeah, I'll wear it every day. You guys are doing real good.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what I said to Boone. I actually had him on, I think Monday or Tuesday, and then I think you guys went off. I looked at the stats. I texted him. I said, I don't know, 48 runs, 36 hits, and or whatever it was, 48 hits. I said, shoot, maybe you should come on every week and we should chat before it starts. But you guys are swinging it, man. How contagious does it feel when you guys start doing that as a team?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things that when one person gets going, it makes it easier for the unit to get going. I think confidence is a huge thing. I guess the vibes shift a little bit, but even, to get more technical, it's like, hey, if one guy's having really good at bats, then the next guy up is going to get better pitches to hit, and then you hope that he can capitalize off of that. And it's kind of just a cycle of like, if each player is making it hard on the pitcher, the next guy behind him is going to get better pitches to hit, and you hope that there's more success to follow that.
Yeah, I like that. I like for the kids and the youth to hear that an at bat doesn't necessarily have to be a hit to be productive. You
No
know,
doubt. Yeah. Yeah.
if you're up there and you tax a guy for a 9-pitch out, guy
Mm-hmm.
behind you's in a better spot. So
Yep.
that's good. That's do you guys feel like slow start a little bit for you? Do you feel like coming in now, obviously you're here, you're healthy. Do you guys feel like you are, I don't want to say chasing, but every game is important this early in the season when you start a little behind? You guys obviously have the team to win 20 in a row if you want. So
Yeah.
what's the feel of your guys' every day right now?
Yeah, I think that obviously, we feel that every game is important, and you know that there's a lot of games left, but at the same time, you do want to capitalize now. I mean, there's in 23, obviously it came down to the absolute wire right at the very end. And if you look back, it's like, what if we would have won an extra game in April or May or June or whatever? And every game's important. So, winning a game by one run or, squeaking one out here or there, they're all important and they all stack up. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be giving them away at any point in time.
You guys, now we got Shohei Ohtani starting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You've obviously you never faced him.
No.
He wasn't pitching. He wasn't pitching yet. So is that a guy you'd be excited to see in the box?
Yeah, I mean that's one of those people that it's kind of like obviously he's everywhere. He's the face of baseball, and it's like that'd be super exciting.
Yeah, I think it's one of those guys, regardless of the outcome, you're telling your kids one day, oh, yeah, I know I've got in the box against Shohei Ohtani.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
It's pretty crazy. It's like a pitcher pitching to Judge right now or something.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite players, Corey Seager, I think he's just done it right his whole career. Good guy for you to be around?
Yeah, I mean, obviously watching him, he's one of the best hitters that I've ever been around. His routines and what he does to be good every single day is kind of unbelievable. It's like a robot, the same thing every day. Got to respect it. Got to respect how much time he puts into the craft of hitting for him. And yeah, I mean, obviously he's, in my opinion, one of the best hitters there is.
What is your everyday like? Are you a take 1,000 hacks day guy? Are you gonna take a day off? What are you just feel what I need to do? What kind of, without anybody's influence, naturally, what kind of guy were you or are you?
Yeah, I try not to hit a lot at all. I don't take a lot of swings. I do a lot of, as far as just hitting stuff goes, I do my flip routine, maybe 10, 15, 20 swings max, and then I'll get some arm BP, and then that's basically all I get every day. So
Really?
I get out on the field and hit on-field BP the first day of every series, just to kind of get the visual of what the new stadium's like, and that's basically it.
You don't jump out there the next couple games, or you do?
So I'll go out there and I'll, get reads in the outfield or shag or whatever. But as far as hitting on-field BP every single day, I don't do that. No, bad habits for me get formed out there. I get out there and I weigh 185 pounds. I'm trying to hit bombs, and I'm like, I don't got that in me, and it's just bad habits.
Interesting. See, that's what I think is so crazy about baseball is everybody's got their thing. And so you're going 15, 20 off the tee, flips, whatever, and then you take some live. So you're what's the live if you're going to go 40, 50 pitches? How many do you take there?
Shoot, I'll do BP before the game and stuff, and maybe 10, 15 swings. I mean, I'm sub 50 swings a day for sure. Yeah.
That's so crazy. You got travel ball dads and coaches everywhere right now going, stop talking. Tell my kid he needs 350 a day.
Oh my God. I couldn't. I got to be smart, man, with my back and stuff. I'm just trying to. There's no sense in. I mean, at the end of the day, what's those extra 150, 200, whatever? So I'm not getting anything out of that. So
Yeah.
Just go in there and have quality work and get in and get out.
That's interesting. I love that. Now, outfield, what as a speed guy, obviously you're in center field now. Was it Tavares that is no longer there, so you're kind of behind him for a year or two, but how does it feel now for you? Is that's your spot? That's where you're going every day. There's no question marks. What does that do for you as a player?
Yeah, I mean it's I feel like having some consistency is really good. You know, I have a lot of respect for guys like Josh Smith, for example, on our team. Where's he going to play every day? Like that, I have a lot of respect for that. Like not knowing where you're going to go. Is he going to be at third base, shortstop? Is he going to be in the outfield? Is he DH? Is he playing first base? Like that's an incredibly hard thing to do, and he does it really well. So knowing that I'm going to center field every day and playing, that's where I'm most comfortable. That's where I know I'm the best version of me at in the outfield, and yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier on a player for sure.
Um, did you come up at all with Thomas Ajacey?
Yeah, he's one of my really close friends. Yeah.
He's the man. I coached him in high school. He
No
went to my
way.
high school. Yeah,
That's
so
sick.
he's funny, man. He is. I always say he's like one of the best human beings on the planet. He's
Yeah.
incredible. I told him his junior year we were working one night after I think before season even started. So it's like 2 years before the draft. I say, you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna get drafted out of here. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, you think? I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I've done
Yeah.
this 7, 8 years. I haven't seen somebody hit like you. I promise. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna need something. He's like, what's that? Tickets? I said, no. It's like $25. Joking around with him. We laughed about it for 2 seconds, never talked about it again. He gets drafted and sends me a $25 check like a week later. I'm like, this
That's
is why
amazing.
it's just him. But
Yeah.
I asked that. I knew that because he said the same thing about you. He said, yeah, you guys really connected through the minor leagues, and
Yeah.
he's happy to see you doing what you're doing.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we lived together until he got traded. We lived together every single year. We still, actually, I was just texting with him last night. We text quite a bit, talk on the phone once a week or so. But yeah, he's the best. He's great.
Now, now listen to this. I'm sure you've got this question asked plenty of times, but an endodontist.
Hmm. Yeah.
You shadowed one for a year in high school, is that right?
Yeah. That's what I was part of the classes that I was doing in high school. Yeah.
Was that your plan, if not baseball?
Yeah, I baseball didn't really materialize for me very quickly. Or I shouldn't say quickly, very early on. Uh, it just kind of all of a sudden towards the end of my junior year, going into my senior year, I'm like, holy smokes! Like I went from being nobody to this is a real possibility, and then obviously I got drafted. But yeah, that was going to school, and I was using baseball to get school paid for sure for a while.
So what is it about teeth? You just that just is it in the family? Is it dad somebody or no?
No. We had a class in high school that allowed us to kind of go out and basically each day of the week we would go shadow somebody different in the community. So it was all healthcare related. And I ended up wanting to try and shadow an endodontist and went and watched that for a couple times. And I was like, hey, I just want to only do this. This is super interesting. And that's kind of what the plan was going to be after I went and hung out with them for a little while.
Was it the actual job, or was it the person you were shadowing? Or is that your personality? If you would have picked something else, do you think you would have been like, this is interesting and into that?
No, I mean I went and shadowed a lot of different things, you know, and that was just what I found the most interesting. I mean, I don't know what it was about it. I mean, he was building teeth, I guess. So I don't know. It was really cool. I mean, for whatever reason, I thought this would be a really fun job to do, and I thought it was really interesting.
Well, I think you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
I got a buddy who actually does that, root canals, and he always says drill, fill, and bill. And I'm like, that just sounds mean.
yeah,
Like,
no doubt. Yeah,
doesn't sound like you're connected to the people. But
yeah.
yeah, man, is it now? It's crazy to me. We talked about, I said this earlier. I don't even know if I was recording when I said this, but um, at 22, you come into the league the way you did, playoffs, win a World Series. For the fan, it's like you're 10 years in the league
Mhm.
because you showed up at the biggest moment and you played the game very well and you were a huge piece of a World Series. But you are really young in the Major League Baseball career for you. So is there a learning, who do you learn from, or who do you kind of, what do you do to every day get like turn yourself into this everyday consistent big leaguer? You pick brains, and who is it?
Yeah, I think for me, on the hitting side, obviously, like Marcus Simeon, for example, he's somebody that I really respect and idolize. He's a great person. His family's great. And he's somebody that is showing up every single day, and he's on the diamond every single day. He puts himself out there. Obviously he went there for a stretch where he played every single day, and I really respect that, and that's something that I would want to try and do for myself. And then I think that's the biggest thing for a player, like a biggest skill set to try and have is can you be out there and be available every single day? So I pick his brain a lot. And then on the pitching side, I know it sounds weird, but I mean I like talking to pitchers too. Nathan Eovaldi is the man. He's one of the best teammates I think I've ever had. And he'll shoot you straight, but then he also, he's got a lot of really good information and wisdom. And those are probably the two guys that I talk to a lot on the veteran side, I guess you could say.
Has Evaldi ever shot you straight to where you're just like, dang it?
Yeah, no. So when I got called up, actually him and Andrew Heaney both. Heaney's not with us anymore, but they two of my favorite teammates. So when I got called up, you know, ball outside of the zone and gets called a strike, and I'm like, no, that's like I'm shaking my head. He's like, man, you gotta stop bitching up there. I'm like, well, my bad. He's like, they're never gonna, give you the call if you keep bitching like that. I'm like, well, you're probably right. So that's something he shot me straight, and I've done better with it since.
Now you are a man of faith, Christian. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get that right. I think that's important. Obviously, the Jesus Win shirt was a huge
Yeah.
thing. This is, I guess, two-piece question. What does it mean to you to have a platform like you have, to be able to win a World Series and sit on a podium with a shirt like that and push that message out?
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. I mean, as far as outreach and stuff goes, I mean you couldn't ask for anything better, And I think at the end of the day, having something that means more to you and is more important than baseball kind of helps mentally make the lows a little bit easier and kind of keeps you in check when you're going through a really good time. But at the end of the day, baseball isn't the end all be all. And so, yeah, I'm really blessed to have had the platforms that I've had to be able to, it's a conversation starter for me, and a lot of people have supported us. And with the shirt profits, we've been able to do a lot of really cool things back in my hometown. So it's been amazing.
That's awesome. Now, what does when you get pissed, what does that sound like? Is it like, I don't know if you know Philip Rivers?
Yeah.
You ever seen his mic'd up clips where he's like, "Gab, darn it, gosh darn it,
Yeah,
son of a gun"?
yeah,
Is that you?
Yeah. No, I'm probably more vocal than that, more than I should be. Baseball brings it out of me, and that's basically the only thing that brings it out of me, I think. But I don't know. You're competing. You're trying to, people get competitive.
Yeah, I always football especially. I always looked at Rivers. I'm like, I don't know how somebody does that. That's amazing to me. I did the same thing. I was frustrated a lot when I played baseball, and wasn't much control on, even if I'm just saying it to myself or umpires, whatever. But so I always am curious when guys have their ways of speaking normally, if it ever comes out, and it's the competitive nature is pretty impossible not to, I feel like.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Have you had what's early on in the minor leagues, like a high and a low? We talked to Connor Griffin, who is stud. It's gonna be good with the Pirates.
Yeah.
But I asked him if there's been a low point, that made him go, what am I doing here? Do I even want to do this? Because baseball is just nasty like that. And he goes, yeah, my first game, I think he went 4 for 4 his first, or 3 for 3 first game in the minor leagues. He's like, yeah, right. What I was doing in high school, I'm good to go. The next day, I think 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. And he's like, I called my mom. I was crying. Like it's crazy the roller coaster you guys go on. So you had that high and that low. And if so, obviously the high, probably that World Series coming in, doing your thing.
Yeah.
But as far as lows go, I think it's important for people, especially like you just said, having something outside of the field to help you through those moments.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've had, several moments like that, like month spans of me, I'm batting 300 with a really good OPS, and then I turn around a month later and I'm like, oh my God, I'm batting 240 now. Like, it happens fast, and it really does. And I've had a lot of injuries. my first full season in 2021, I played 30 games and missed the rest of the year. And then, I know in high A, I started off really good, and I got player of the month a couple times, and then next thing you know, I'm like, I'm the best, or I'm the worst player on the team now. Like, it just, man, baseball is so hard. I'm trying to figure out how to make the lows shorter, I guess, trying to get out of the trough as quick as you can, and then you're trying to make the highs last a little bit longer. It's a real thing mentally, and it's definitely takes some good friends and some outside perspective to try and get away from that, because it is really difficult.
I tell you what, man, I'm no like body language reader or anything, but the way you smile when you talk about all this stuff in baseball, I feel like this is like the greatest thing on the planet to you. Do you feel lucky?
Yeah,
You were just talking about the worst month of stretch you've had, and you're smiling, going, "Yeah, that's like," and the way you talk about your teammates. I don't ever use the word lucky with you guys. I think you're
yeah,
lucky that you're lucky you were born with an athletic gift, but
yeah,
it's more than luck to use that gift and get where you are. So, but
yeah.
it looks like there's a sense of gratitude, and you just love what you're doing.
No doubt. I mean, a bunch of my friends talk about it all the time, man. Like, I would say high A for me was high A and double A was just the most like injuries and getting hit by pitches, whatever, like missing spurts of time, playing terrible, playing really good. High and double A is the most fun I've ever had in baseball, besides obviously the World Series. I mean, it's just, but like, I mean, that's moments I wouldn't trade for anything, good and bad. The friends you make, man, it's just, yeah, we're really blessed to have that.
Um, Now, World Series, talk to me. Just, I know you've said this a million times in this podcast. I try to actually pull up interviews of you guys, and if I see a question twice, I say, do not ask that question. We'll try to
Yeah.
do things different, but I would be doing a disservice not just asking what it's like. How cool is it? It's there forever. You're World
Hmm.
Series champ as long, and going on that run. My question is, when you come in and you do what you did for the team in your role, and like you just said, high A, double A is the roller coaster, and you had such a short minor league roller coaster before you got there.
Hmm.
Did it feel at times where, like, when you look back on it, were you like, "Oh, I was just going through it and almost didn't even know. It's like it was just this out of body experience."
Yeah, that's kind of exactly how I would describe it. It's like, it's the weirdest thing. Like, if I want to remember games or specific details or like kind of what happened, like I'm gonna have to go to YouTube and watch a highlight reel of it. I'm like, I don't remember. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, even when I got called up, it's like it just kind of happened so fast, and there's so much adrenaline, and you're just so locked in that it's like you don't see, like, you don't sit back and look around and see everything. You're just like so zoned in on trying to be the best that you can be right then and there, that you just kind of you miss it almost. I don't know a good way to describe it, but it's just, I don't remember it off the top of my head, and it's the weirdest feeling. But I just know, like, whenever we did get done and we'd won and we're standing there on the field, it's just kind of like this weight falls on your shoulders. It's like, oh my God, like, I'm worn out. And you don't feel that before, but it's you just kind of riding the adrenaline all the way through. It was unbelievable.
That is awesome. I always find it so crazy that that stat came out, and it's like if you put every big leaguer in history inside a stadium, it would fill up a quarter of it or third of it, and you're just like,
Hmm.
there is so few big leaguers in history, and then to be one that won a World Series, you're like, you guys might fill up one section.
Yep.
It's just such a cool thing in life. I truly believe, like 10 years ago when you were what, 12?
Yeah.
Like, you were always, and me and you have no connection. Like, we were always gonna be sitting right here, right now, having this conversation
Hmm.
no matter what. And it's like, well, no, if you went to do this, but you didn't, you never would have. It's not in your DNA. Like, you were always gonna be here. Um, that's a big piece of me, my own life. And I really started when I started a business, and so many things went good and bad and good and bad. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I was always going to blow this money on that product that didn't work out. And it's part of the process, instead of looking back and thinking, oh, I'm like, it just helped me go, I was always going to be that way. Like,
Hmm.
is what it is.
Yeah.
You are always going to strike out against this guy at that moment. You're always
Yep.
going to hit that double in the gap to clear the bases. Like, so that's how I kind of look at that, anything really. But in you explaining that World Series run, like, you were always going to be the guy that came up and did what you did and won a World Series with Texas. And like, now it turns into this career you're going to have, which is just very cool. But for you guys, I say it all the time. I love this is my favorite part of this. I get to chat with you for a minute, get to know you. And now, my dad was born in Corpus Christi, so I rooted for Texas growing up my whole life because he did. So when you guys won it, we were both stoked. So it's cool. Awesome. It's cool to think about the impact your guys' job has. But let me ask you this, and then I'll get you going. I know you got an off day. What do you have? What do you got today? God knows you're not taking swings.
No, a whole lot of nothing. Hope just kind of chill outside, sit by the pool, or just do a little bit of nothing, man. We had a long road trip and then come back home a couple of days. So had a lot of games in a row.
Yeah. Nice to just get away from it for a minute.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Couple, my microphone's just fall. Dude, I'm telling you, these guys stocked me up with the best equipment. I got no idea how to use any of it. Let me ask a few teammate questions and get you on with your relaxing day. You're going up for Game 7 World Series, bases juiced, tie game. No, down by 1. There's more pressure there.
Yeah.
Down by 1. You got one teammate to give you a 10-second little pep talk before you walk up there. Who would that be?
10-second pep talk. Pep talk, gosh, probably.
Or just anything. Some words. It doesn't even have to be a pep talk. Who would you want to hear from?
Yeah, probably Eovaldi, or I know Adolis plays with a lot of emotion. Maybe one of those two. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna get you in the zone.
Yeah, they'll get me going. Yeah.
How would they? I feel like they would do it different. I feel would Eovaldi be like relax you and get you in the zone, and Adolis kind of get you like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he's gonna get me fired up. They're gonna do it 2 different ways though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Who's the last guy on the team you'd want to say something to you?
The last guy on the team, probably Corey. I mean, Corey just doesn't like when he gets in the game, man. It's like it is tunnel vision. So he doesn't say a whole lot during the game. So that would probably be the last person I would expect to say something in that moment. Yeah. But then he would be the first person I would want going up there to hit. So it's like, there's give and takes for both of it.
No doubt. Who's funniest guy on the team?
Funniest guy on the team right now, probably Josh Smith. He's really funny.
Josh Smith?
Yeah, Josh Smith.
What kind of humor has Josh Smith got?
You name it. He's our mic guy on the bus most of the time. He's always got a good story. He's always chirping people and just going back and forth. He's great.
Does he talk like the good shit all the time? Like, is he always on somebody? Does he always have something to say?
He's always got something to say, and I appreciate that. It keeps things lively in the locker room for sure.
I always say that. People are like, why are baseball players so weird? I'm like, because the sport's so boring and slow. You better have a personality or else it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Bullpen guys especially.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you so much. This was a great talk. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys hopefully continue on the path you've been on the last few weeks and see you in the lineup doing what you're doing and see you guys back in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, you too.